So on my last live event, someone asked me a really good question. They said, as a father of 7 and a pediatrician, what is the best parenting advice I could give? So that's a big question. I don't think I can answer it in just one part. I think it depends on what age kids are talking about. So I'm going to restrict my first answer to the best toddler parenting advice I ever got and what I give to other parents. Now, as a disclaimer, there are always exceptions to every rule. Every one of my kids was vastly different personality. The one thing that worked for one kid doesn't always work for another. Kids are like Rubik's Cubes. Each one is their own puzzle to solve. But in general, I really like the toddler 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule says is that 80% of your interactions with your toddler should be either neutral or positive. And only 20% of the interactions are where you're actually setting a boundary or enforcing a rule. What that means is that as parents, a lot of the time we have to change our expectations of how often we are putting our foot down or setting a limit or disciplining our toddlers, because toddlers do a lot of stuff and parents have to learn how to let more stuff go in order to have a more positive and healthy interaction relationship with your toddler. In my house, for example, when we had lots of little kids running around, we had to kind of let go the ideal image in our minds that our house was going to be neat all the time and that our kids were going to never make a mess, and that we had to stop following them around and disciplining them with, don't touch that, put that down, we need to clean this up, and let more stuff go and not let that be the driver of our interactions with our kids. In my house, when we started observing the 80-20 rule, we had to become a lot less concerned about these ideals that we wanted to enforce. And then we became happier. Our kids listened to us more because we weren't constantly following them around, trying to enforce boundaries that were not really that important, frankly. And when we did need to, it was much more impactful. So think about the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule requires parents to change, not kids, but it makes your household a lot happier, I believe. It makes things run a lot smoother. And when you do need to create a boundary or enforce a boundary, I believe it's more effective. So I hope this helps.